Let's start to come into our seats. Take a full breath in and a slow breath out. And if somewhere while you're breathing here you decide that you want to lay down, feel free. Taking another full breath in and a full breath out. See if I can get away with some background music. Breathe in the good. Exhale the frustration, the anxiety. Breathe in some patience. Exhale out impatience. Be okay right where you are, without having to label anything as right or wrong. Don't worry about what should be happening or shouldn't be happening. There's nothing happening that we need to worry about. All we need to worry about right now this morning is coming into your breath, seeing if you can find something good to hang on to. Whatever good thought that is, let it just wash over you like a wave, filling up with the full breath in and a full breath out. Again, if you're just joining us, we're just sitting for a few moments, breathing in the good, exhaling out anything that doesn't serve us. There's no point in labeling it. There's too many emotions, too many feelings. Just know that if it's not setting well with you, let it go. And I know that sounds simple, but I believe it's possible. It's why we keep anchoring in to our breath. Good morning, Miss Tempe. Lovely to not see you. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. Just ground. One more full breath in and a nice slow exhale out. And I'm envisioning all of you in the studio with me. So if you see me close my eyes, if you're watching, that's what I'm doing. I'm thinking about all of you and your favorite places within the studio, the back corners, the middle, the front. Perry, I see you with some lovely pink blocks. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. So if you're lying down, please make your way to your seat. And if you have a block or a pillow or a bolster to sit on, that's fabulous. Just to get your hips up a little bit higher than your knees. And then taking a full breath in, really lift up the shoulders. Exhale, let them roll down. Inhaling again, lifting up through the shoulders. Exhale, let them roll down. So yesterday, I decided with this no wrong response thought that keep moving your shoulders, inhaling up, exhaling down. That if I wanted to sleep in and stay in bed until 10 a.m., I could do that. So I did. And I didn't have any guilt about that, which is unusual because I like to get up really early and have my coffee. With your next inhale, sweep the arms up, lift up high. Turn the palms back, take the arms back down. Take them right behind your back. Interlace the fingers, draw the knuckles down, lift the heart. Taking a full breath in, maybe you look up. And then exhale, bring your head back to center, release the hands. And then follow that again. Inhaling, reach the arms up. Palms touch, turn the hands around. Exhale, let the hands go down. Take them behind your back, interlace them the other way, drawing the knuckles down, lifting the heart, looking up. Last time, come back to center, release the hands, big breath in, sweep up. Turn the hands around, exhale, bring them down. This time, bring them right to your heart space, right in front of you. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Normally, I would have guilt if I stayed in bed till 10 o'clock in the morning, but yesterday was one of those days. So I stayed in bed. And then I was looking out the window. Inhale up, reach up. We're going to twist to the left, right hand across the left knee, and pause. We're pausing so I can tell you my story. So I was looking out the window, and they were not very clean. And it was a beautiful day. I could tell by the sun shining through that I couldn't see. So I got out my squeegee. I've got a gorgeous long squeegee. Makes washing windows a breeze. Take a nice deep breath in, come back to center. Lift up tall. Bring your hands to your heart space. Inhale, bring the hands back up. And then let's twist to the right. Left hand across the right knee. Right hand behind you. Sit tall. And you'll see my face making squinchy faces because I'm really sore. So I got up around 10:30. Got my bucket of water and my squeegee and my towels, all my tools. I washed 15 windows inside and out. My son helped me do all the screens. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And at 2:30, I stopped working. Inhale, come back to center, reach the hands up. Exhale, brings your hands to your heart space and pause. And there was no plan. And nothing was right or wrong, and I did what I felt I could do, and then I was okay with that. And it was a good day. Take a nice deep breath in, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring them back down by your sides. Come off the cushion that you may or may not be on. Put all that stuff aside and let's get on our mats. So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come onto your hands and knees on the mat, stacking the wrists right underneath the shoulders and the knees under the hips. Take a full breath in your tabletop and a full breath out. And if you were with me for a little bit on Monday afternoon, we worked on the toes. And no, it wasn't the most comfortable feeling in the world, but our toes need a little bit of stretching. Our feet need some love. So while we're here in tabletop, tuck your toes. Sit your hips back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Come back into your tabletop. Untuck your feet. And with a breath, move into cow. Release the belly. Draw the shoulders back. Let the heart go forward. Exhaling, come into cat. Push down to the tops of your feet, lifting up. Bring the knees back down, going right into cow. Tuck the toes. Sit the hips back. Take a full breath in. Come back to your tabletop. Untuck the feet. Round the spine, coming back to cat. Push down to the tops of your feet. Lift your knees. One more time, coming into cow, pause, tuck the toes, exhale the hips back, really press into the 5 toes on each foot. Come back into tabletop, flatten the feet, round the spine for cat. Push down to the tops of your feet, lift your knees. They don't have to go as high as mine, you're just lifting. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, come back to your tabletop and pause. And then take your feet out long behind you. Hi, Marilyn, I miss you. Good morning, Heather. Take a full breath in and a full breath out in your down dog. Time to pedal out your feet. Bring a little movement in. Oops. And then with your next breath, come on up to your toes. Glide forward into plank. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause in your plank and then decide if you'd like to take your knees down or not. And then we're going to lower all the way to the mat. Untuck the feet when you get down flat on the mat. Inhaling for cobra. Pause. Exhale, release. Take 3 more cobras at your own breath. Really fill up. Make them really good cobras. Draw those shoulders back. Let the heart come forward. Exhaling as you release. You're moving through at your own pace. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then you make your way back into downward facing dog. One more breath in. One more breath out. All right, let's get focused. Inhale again, up to your toes, glide forward into plank. Pause in your plank, take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come down to your forearms one at a time. We're gonna come into dolphin. So nice and slow, take the right forearm down, take the left forearm down. Keep your forearms parallel to one another, but keep your hips in line with your shoulders. Stay high on your toes. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. From here, lower down, come into Sphinx. Shoulders are directly over your elbows. Draw the shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in. Lower down, tuck the toes, push back to your forearm plank. Pause here, come back up one hand at a time to full plank. And then if you want to take your knees down, you can. Lowering, elbows close to the side body, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Make your way back into downward facing dog. So we're stretching out your back muscles this morning, still concentrating on the feet and how they stay connected to the mat. It's good to stretch out the tops of your feet, the arches, the sides of your feet. We don't take care of our feet the way we should. Well, I guess we could say that about most parts of our body, right? I mean, sometimes we just don't think about them. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. So this morning, I just want you to think about your breath, how it moves into these different parts of your body, and let it bring some comfort, let it bring some good feeling. You know, you might be stiff working out some kinks. You might be really sore from washing windows. Oh, but you can see more clearly now, can't you? So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Glide up to the toes. Exhale forward back into plank and pause. Bring your forearms down once again. Following the breath, you're going to move at your own rhythm. So take the right forearm down and the left forearm down. Be sure they're parallel. Spread all 5 fingers with a nice deep breath. Take a lower all the way down your body into Sphinx. Draw the shoulders back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Tuck your toes. Come on back into forearm plank. And then one by one, lift back up onto your hands for full plank. Another big breath in, and then decide if the knees come down first or not, and then you're going to lower. Lower all the way to the mat. Untuck your toes, push down to the tops of your feet. Draw the shoulders back again for a regular cobra. Exhaling, release, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. So when you're in your down dog again, focus on your feet, what's connected to the earth, what's grounding you. And it may not feel amazing, but you'll get there. One day at a time, one breath at a time, one wiggle of each toe at a time. So pedal out your feet, really feel all 5 toes connect, inhaling and exhaling as you draw your heels up and down, kind of like you're on a little bit of a stair stepper. And then bend both knees so you bring your shins parallel to the mat, tip your hips up nice and high, press the back of the legs to the back wall. Really spread all 10 fingers nice and wide, pressing down behind the index finger and the thumb pad, drawing those arm bones in, keeping you strong and aligned. Take another full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, push that right heel to the back wall. Stretch out for a 3-legged dog. Bend at the knee, stack your hips open. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring the foot down, and then with your next breath, push the left heel to the back wall, lifting it. Bending at the knee, stacking the hips, rolling open. Keep both hands really firmly planted on the ground. Take a full breath in as you push that left heel out long behind you, and then bring the foot down to meet the right. With your next breath again, inhaling up to your toes, look forward, walk, step, or jump your feet up right between your hands. And again, set your feet, pressing down all 4 corners. Outside edges of the feet are aligned with the outside edges of your mat. And then with a breath, come into a halfway lift. Draw the heart forward. Pause here. Press against your thighs with your hands. Draw your shoulders back and pull in through the low belly. Bend your knees just the tiniest bit, keeping your hips stacked over your ankles. Take a full breath in, and then exhale, release, forward fold. Take 3 more halfway lifts. Really drawing the shoulders back, pulling in through the low belly. Exhaling to move back into that forward fold, using the full breath to come into that halfway lift. After your third one and you're in your forward fold, take a full breath in, sweep up to stand, bring the hands up overhead, take the right hand to the left wrist, stretching up nice and high, lean toward the right. You can let that right hand gently pull on the left wrist, draw the left shoulder back, take a full breath in, Stretching out all those side ribs, those intercostal muscles. Mine are crying this morning. Come on back up, switch the grip, take a nice deep breath in, lift up. Oh, doesn't that feel good? It will when my muscles relax and they let me pull. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Come on back up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold once again. This time, bend your knees, sit your hips back. Bring yourself into chair. So draw the torso up, bring the hands with you. See how your shoulders are feeling, and then if you're not into that, bring your hands to your heart space. But keep tucking your tailbone, pulling into the low belly, coming into a chair where you draw your knees closer together like you're squeezing a block. Keep squeezing that block, feeling the inner thighs drawing in, but the shins kind of push out a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Sit right here. I should have saved my story for chair, right? You've got it. Taking another full breath in and a full breath out. Let this be a really good chair. Strong, aligned, powerful. With your next breath, exhale, straighten legs, forward fold right over your legs. Take an inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold again. Toe heel your feet apart. Come into ragdoll. So your feet are wider than your hips. You're bent right over your legs. Keep a soft bend behind your knees and let your hands come to opposite elbows and then release your head. Let the gravity, the weight of your skull pull you forward gently. You can sway a little bit right to left. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. And you pause here and you remember that there's no wrong response. There's no right way to feel about what's going on. There's no wrong way to feel. And I used to hate the word authentic because to me, if you were just being you, there was no need to describe it. You were you. You didn't need to be your authentic self. That would imply that you have a fake self somewhere along the way. Good morning, Roberta. Nice to see you, sort of. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. So just be where you are, hanging in this forward fold, this ragdoll. There's no right or wrong to it. Let your hands come back down to the earth. Toe heel your feet back in underneath your hip points. Take a full breath in for that halfway lift. And then exhale, forward fold. Sweep up again, nice and strong and tall. Hands overhead. Maybe look up, take a bitty back bend. And then bending your knees again, coming back into chair. Sit your hips back, pull into the low belly. Paying attention to what's going on with your shoulders. This time, let's take our hands behind our backs in chair and interlace the fingers. Okay? So your knees are bent, pull them back so you can see your feet, weights in the heels. Hands behind you, interlace so you can draw your shoulders back. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. This also reminds you to keep your tailbone tucked so you can pull the low belly in, protecting your low back. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then we're going to keep our hands right where they are. Straighten the legs, forward fold. You can keep the knuckles right on your sacrum, or you could start to rinse through the shoulders. That just means lifting up your hands. Everybody has a different range of motion here. So just breathe. And then with your next breath, let the hands come down. Walk your feet back out to plank. So stretch right out on your mat. Keep your heels high above your toes, shoulders stacked above your wrists. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then bend the elbows, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. You know the way. Make your way back into downward facing dog. Again, taking care of your feet, pedal them out. Really bend into those toes. And then pause in the stillness of your down dog and just come back to your breath. That rich, beautiful inhale that you can feel move through your entire body. Pause and breathe. All right, inhale, the right leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring the foot forward, place it up by your thumb. Use your hands if necessary to get it up there. Keep your feet in two separate lanes, railroad tracks. Okay? Big breath in, reach up, rise up into crescent. Strong and powerful, finding the good of this pose. Okay, so what's good about it? Well, you're stretching out your hip flexors. You keep pulling in through your abdominals, letting your shoulders stack right over your hips, and your arms are nice and high, framing your head. It's okay to let the shoulders go up. If your arms go up, your shoulders are going to go up too. So take a nice deep breath in, reaching high, stretching out, although you're grounding through both feet. Keep that left heel high above the toes and bend just a little bit deeper into your right knee. You're cycling through your inhales and your exhales. That's what's holding you here in this pose, giving you pause, giving you an opportunity to make this a really good pose. Take another breath in your crescent. On your exhale, bring the hands down, frame the foot. Jump switch your feet or walk the left foot forward and take the right foot back. Again, they stay in train tracks, separate lanes. Keep the right heel high above the toes and bend a little deeper into the left knee. And then when you have your balance, big breath in. Follow the breath up, rising back up into crescent. Shoulders and arms go up. Maybe you look up, but keep pulling into that low belly. Sometimes when we look up, we have a tendency to release through the ribs. Keep them firm and strong. Stay high on the toes of the the right foot with the heel stacked right above it so you can bend deeper into that left knee. And again, breathe fully, taking that big breath in and a big breath out. Your rights and lefts are not the same. Instead of judging them as good or bad or right or wrong, just breathe into the difference. Breathe into the knowledge that you get to experience something a little bit different. One more breath in, reach the hands up high. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame the foot. Jump switch the feet again or bring the right foot back up to front. Take the left foot back. Take another full breath in as you rise up to crescent. Oh yeah, your legs are getting a workout today, right? With your next breath, take the left arm forward and the right arm back. You're just rotating through the midsection. Let your ribs turn you. Hips stay square. Stay strong in your legs. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. With your next breath, sweep back forward. Hands go high. Exhale, bring the hands down. Take the right foot back to meet the left. Pause in your plank. Move your arms down into forearm plank one at a time. Take a full breath in your forearm plank and then lower your body to the ground, inhaling for Sphinx. Slow, steady movements. Exhale, come back to forearm plank, lifting your hips, staying high on your toes, and then one hand at a time, press back into plank. Then you decide if you want to continue rinsing that off, flowing through a vinyasa, or just lift your hips and come on back into downward facing dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And in my mind, as I imagine myself walking around the studio, checking out everybody's form and alignment, making sure you're safe and you're strong and you're breathing. It's one of the downfalls of being live on a video. I can't hear your breath. So maybe just take a few louder inhales and exhales so I can pretend I can hear you. Or maybe you can pretend that I'm listening to you. Take a full breath in and a beautiful breath out. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you. With your exhale, bring the foot forward, planted by your thumb. I didn't forget this side. Take a nice strong inhale as you rise back up into crescent. Lifting, maybe a little bit of a back bend, and then settling into the legs. Bend deeper into that left knee, staying high on the right toes. And then with your next breath, take the right arm forward and the left arm back. Again, you're just rotating through the rib section, your torso. Keep your hips square to the front of the room. Focus and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then come back up to frame your head, coming straight into crescent again. Exhale, bring the hands down. Bring the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big breath in as you rise up to stand. Bring your hands right to your heart space. Pause in Tadasana. Draw your shoulders back. Pull in through the abdominals. And then close your eyes gently. Come back into your inhales and your exhales. What you're experiencing in your own body is all yours. Remember, it's not right or wrong. It's not good or bad. It's your experience. And just let it be. So maybe this is where I get to use the word authentically. As you breathe and you're just in your Tadasana, you're authentically you right here. You're strong in your feet, standing tall, breathing deeply. Get a little bit taller, feel the crown of your head lift. Isn't that nice? Good morning, my love. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Start to open your eyes if they were closed. Soften your face, maybe let your chin relax. Take your teeth, make them come apart a little bit so you're not grinding them. And then we're going to move into eagle this morning because there's no right or wrong way to do a balance pose. Nobody can see you. You don't have to worry about if it's yoga journal approved because there's no such thing, okay? So stay strong in your feet. Feel all four corners root down through the mat right into the earth, holding you. And then with breath, bring your right knee up in front of you. Flex the foot. Really feel everything pull into your low belly. Get strong and tall as everything stays stacked in this gorgeous line. Cross the ankle over and then slide the thighs across. So you can keep the foot lifted or you can take the foot down to the ground, but you're just really getting a nice high cross of the legs. Open up your arms. Take the right arm underneath the left arm, twisting them up. And if your hands meet, great. And if not, put your hands on your shoulders, but lift the elbows so you can feel that stretch across the back of your shoulders. Keep feeling like there's a crown, a string coming out of the crown of your head to keep you lifted, and then nice and slow. If you want to bend that left leg, you can. Keep breathing in. If you fall out, that's fine. Nobody can see you. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Keeping your hands right where they are, bring the knee back up, flex the foot. Feel that length come into your body, and then nice and slow, hinge forward. We're coming into warrior three with eagle arms. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if that's too much this morning and it's not working for your balance, bring the right toes down to the ground. But keep drawing the heart and the crown of the head forward. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Release the hands. Let them come down to the ground. 3 points of contact as you lift that right leg nice and high, and if your hips open, that's okay. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Breathing into the stretch. Breathing into having your head release. And then bring the right foot down to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come back to stand and bring your hands back to your heart space and pause. And whenever you pause into Tadasana, you're welcome to close your eyes. Sometimes it's easier to come back into your breath. Let it be a strong filling up and a slow release. Standing into Tadasana is so good for your central nervous system. Not as good as having your legs up the wall, but we'll do that on Friday. Okay, take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to come into eagle on the other side. And since you are at home in the comfort of your own place with nobody watching, if you know your balance is going to throw you, go to a wall. Hang on to the back of a chair. It's all good. So take a nice deep breath in as you lift that left knee up in front of you. Keeping the left foot flexed, pause and breathe. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Right leg is nice and straight. Cross the left ankle over and then maybe slide the thigh up more. So we're really trying to get those legs crossed as much as we can. But again, you can always bring your toes down and just keep your legs crossed at the thighs. Open up your arms. Take a full breath in. Bring the left arm underneath the right. Again, twisting them up. If your hands meet, fabulous. If not, put your hands on your shoulders. Lift the elbows. Take a full breath in, finding length in this twisted position, and a full breath out, grounding you through that right foot. If you want to bend that right knee, you can. That might help you bring that right or left leg up a little bit higher. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And be nice to yourself if it's not working. Remember, it's not good or bad. You're not a good yogi or a bad yogi if you fall out of a pose. You're just breathing. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then unswivel the legs, keep the arms where they are, push that left heel to the back wall, take your heart forward, coming into warrior three. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let the sides be different. Let that be okay. Keep the toes pointed down. And then with your next breath, release the hands down. Take the left heel nice and high. Stretching out your 3 points of contact. Holding you steady as you stretch out the inner right thigh. Also the left side body. Take another deep breath in. Release the head. And then bring the left foot down to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your hands down. Walk your feet back out to plank. Pause and breathe. And from your plank, you decide where you need to go. So if you want to come back down into your forearm plank and then lower down so you can lift up for Sphinx, or straight from your plank, keeping your elbows close to your side body, lower all the way down, coming into Cobra or Up Dog. Either way, the breath is what's helping you move from place to place. And as long as you're breathing, that's what makes it so good. Right? That's all we can do is breathe and take us from one breath to the next, from one moment to the next. And we'll all get through this together. Are you breathing with me? Take another breath in and another breath out. So as you're back in your down dog, pedal out your feet once again, paying close attention to your toes. Lift high up onto your heels. And then with your exhale, let the heels release a little bit lower to the earth. Feel the backs of your legs stretch to the back of the room so your hips can stay up nice and high. And really draw those arm bones in so you're strong and aligned. What a good down dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the right leg straight up behind you. With your breath, exhale, bring the foot forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in as you rise up for crescent strong. Again, let the shoulders go up with the hands. Maybe look up. Pause and breathe, and then when you're ready, swivel that left foot down, open up into Warrior Two. Readjust your feet. So before when you were in crescent and your feet were in train tracks, but now we're coming into an open hipped pose. So your feet are in one line, you bend nice and deep into that right knee, draw the left thigh bone back and push out on the outside edge of that left foot. Lift the arch of the left foot. Stay strong in your legs, open up the arms. Take a full breath in, flip the right hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, come back to Warrior Two. One more time, take a nice deep breath in, flip the right hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the foot. Pause, come to the left toes, jump, switch the feet. Take a nice deep breath in as you rise up for crescent. Feet are in two separate lanes. And then you'll swivel the right foot down and bend really deep into the left knee. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, settling into your Warrior Two. And here's your opportunity to play with that right foot. So really push out on the outside edge of the foot. Open up the arch of the right foot. Lift it up. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then flip the left hand, sweep it up. Coming back into your Warrior Two, stay deeply bent in that left knee. And then once again, flip the left hand, stretch it up, reach it back. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot. Come to your right toes and pause. Bring that foot forward. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand nice and strong. Exhale your hips back for chair. Take your hands right to your heart space. So in your chair here, as you tuck your tailbone down, pulling in through the low belly, this is a really good, strong chair. Your feet are firmly connected. You're going to lay out right over your thighs. Get nice and long. Feel the tailbone go to the back of the room. Crown of the head goes forward. We're going to twist to the left. So you're going to take your right elbow outside your right knee. Stay grounded in your feet. Maybe draw that right knee back into alignment because sometimes it pokes out when you start to twist. So take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. You're going to stay right here. Keep the weight in your left foot and start to hover your right foot. Pause and breathe. This takes a lot of energy. And then staying strong here. Push the right foot out long behind you and come into a twisted low lunge. That right elbow is still outside the left knee. The right leg is long behind you. You're staying up on the toes. And you're deeply bent in that left knee. Take a full breath in. Stretch open if you want. And then exhale. Bring both hands down. Take the left foot back to meet the right. Pause in your plank. Take a full breath in and on your exhale, lower down to forearm plank, one forearm at a time. Inhaling from here, let the body release on the exhale, coming into Sphinx. And then exhale, come back up to one forearm at a time. Take your full plank and decide if you're going to rinse that off or skip it all and go right back to down dog. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Pause in your down dog and breathe. Let the natural rhythm come back into your breath. Making good, strong inhales and nice, slow exhales. Because remember, that breath is calming. So we don't have to worry about what's right or wrong or good or bad. We just get to experience our breathing and how that feels when we actually pay attention and tap into our central nervous system. And all of that can be done through the breath. You pause and you breathe, and when your crazy little monkey mind takes you somewhere else, let it go. It's not right or wrong, it's fine. We're all hardwired to have our brains spin like a Rolodex. It's a training, so we breathe, and it's a practice, and we work at it. Take another full breath in, and a full breath out. Inhale the left leg straight out behind you. Exhale, bring it forward, plant it by your thumb. Take a full breath in. As you rise up to crescent, nice and strong. And a full breath out. From here, we're going to bring the right foot forward to meet the left. Come back into chair. Bring your hands right to your heart space. Tuck your tailbone down. Stay strong in your feet. And then get so low in your chair. Keep bending your knees. Get nice and low. Lay out over your legs. Tailbone to the back of the room. Crown of the head goes forward. And then we're going to twist the other way. We're going to twist to the right. So the left elbow goes outside the right knee. And you take your time. And you be patient with yourself without any judgment. Because again, the rights and lefts are never the same. So you just make this the best chair that you can. Twisting the other way. Staying strong. Drawing that right shoulder back. And then keeping the weight in the right foot. Start to hover the left foot off the ground. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then push that left foot out long behind you, staying twisted in a nice long low lunge. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Your feet are in two separate lanes. You're high on the left toes and deeply bent in that right leg. And then if you want to inhale and open up the arms for a bigger twist, great. And if not, that's fine. On your exhale, bring both hands down to the ground, framing that right foot. Bring the left foot forward to meet the right. Take an inhale for a halfway lift and an exhale for a forward fold. And then toe heel your feet apart again. Get them a little bit wider with your toes pointed out. We're going to come into Malasana. So take a nice deep breath in and then bend your knees. Let them go out over your toes. Pull into the low belly. Stay nice and strong. Your elbows can rest right on the insides of your knees. Your hands can come right back to your heart space. So if you're not a fan of this pose, that's fine. You could put a pillow or a block underneath your bottom if you want a little bit more stability. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Feel all four corners of your feet ground here. If you want to come up to your toes for a breath, you can. Or maybe you're already on your toes because your heels won't meet. That's okay. Just breathe right at where you are. It's not right, it's not wrong. One more breath in. One more breath out. Nice and slow. Take the left hand down, sweep the right hand up, open up, twisting open. Exhale, bring the right hand down. Big breath in, sweep the left hand up. Keeping that right elbow attached to the right knee. Full breath in. Hand comes down, let your bottom come down, and the legs go out long in front of you. Awesome. Flex your feet. Point your toes. Wiggle your toes. Spread them out nice and wide. And then with your next breath, lift up nice and tall. Get strong through the fingers. Maybe look up and then exhale, forward fold. If your hands come right below your knees, that's great. Draw your heart forward, pull your shoulders back. If your hands can make it down to your ankles, that's great. You're stretching out your low back a little bit more, but keep drawing your heart forward and your shoulders back. And if your hands make it to your toes, fabulous. You could put your fingers in between your toes and stretch them out here. But again, you're drawing the heart forward and the shoulders back. Soft bend behind the knees. Let it feel whatever way it feels, provided it's not any sharp pain. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. Start to release, walk your hands back up your legs, and then bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees open up like a book. Okay, coming into butterfly pose. I'm just inching my way back so you guys can see if you're looking. Okay, so again, sit tall, pull the shoulders back, soften the death grip if you're hanging onto your ankles for dear life. Let the elbows just rest on your knees. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then from here, take your fingers and weave them in between your toes. I know it sounds so weird, but you need to spread those toes out once in a while. It's good for them. They make this product called toe socks. They actually separate each toe. It's creepy, but it works really well. You don't know how much your toes need to be stretched until you start to do it on a more regular basis. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Then with your next breath, bring your hands to the outsides of your knees, close them up like a book, keeping your feet planted on the earth. Knees are bent. We're going to come into boat. So you can stay right here with your toes on the ground, hands behind you, and then start to lift one foot at a time. Flex your feet. Good morning. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Pull the heart forward. Let the shoulders go back. Try not to look up. Keep your back of your head in line with your spine. Start to breathe. Finding that sitting point, your sitting bones where you can find that balance point. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. Shoulders back. Your hands can stay right here behind your thighs. You can take them out alongside you or lift them up. Wherever you move your arms, it's going to end up intensifying it. If you take them up, yep, you're going to feel it. Nice and slow, lower down. Inhale, bring the knees in, draw the heart forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, back up. Take your time. Exhale, lower. Push out through the heels. Inhale, bring the knees in. Try not to use momentum. Use your low belly. We're going to do this 2 more times. Here's number 4. Push out through the heels. Flex the feet. Bring the knees in. Lift the heart. Last time, lower and hover. Stay here. Practice moving your arms. Take them up. Stay balanced. You might be shaking like a chihuahua. That's fine. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and then the hands come down and let yourself lower all the way to the mat. Now that's good, right? Full body stretch here, hands overhead. Move your feet at your ankle joints. Make circles with your hands at your wrist joints. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're not done yet though. We've got a little bit of floor work to do. So bend your knees, bring your feet flat to the floor again. Hands back down by your sides, and we're going to take a couple of bridges here. So push down through your feet, keep them grounded, lift up through the hips, like there's strings attached to your hip bones pulling you up. You can walk your arm bones in underneath you. Taking a nice bridge here, fully breathing still, so don't hold your breath. One more breath in, one more breath out. And then as you lift up onto your toes, take your arms overhead and nice and slow on your exhale. Lower down one vertebrae at a time. Take another full breath in and a full breath out, and when your hips reconnect, let your heels release. Bring your arms back down by your sides. We're taking 2 more bridges. So push down through your feet, lift up through the hips. Let your quads do the work here. So soften your glutes. Walk your arm bones in back underneath you again. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. Just breathe. Stay in your bridge as long as you can. When you're ready, you lift up to the toes, take your arms overhead, and another nice slow lowering down. So 1 more bridge. When your hips reconnect and your feet are grounded, bring your arms back down by your side. Take 1 more deep breath in and a slow exhale out, and then push back up for your last bridge. Keep coming back to that breath. Make it good quality. Feel it fill up your lungs. Let them reach forward, but also let it fill up the back side. Your back isn't on the ground anymore, so fill up the lungs, front and back. And then we'll come out by lifting the heels, bringing the arms overhead and slowly lowering down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Draw your knees into your chest. Give yourself a great big hug. Wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a squeeze. Maybe lift your shoulders and your head up. Come into a nice little ball. Rock right to left. And then release that and lay flat on your back again. Taking the heels, push them up toward the sky. So we're just taking our legs up for a few minutes here. And you can flex your feet, or you could point your toes. You could make some circles and go in opposite directions and then reverse it. Or you could get nice and quiet. Feel all those fluids rushing back down your legs into the middle part of your body, into your heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And again, it's all your own experience, right? You may love this pose. You may find it a little uncomfortable. There's no right or wrong. Just experience it. When you've had enough, you want to come out, bend your knees one at a time, bringing them back into your chest, giving yourself another hug, and then taking your legs out long on the mat, parallel to one another. We're going to take one more breath in, one more breath out, and then let's take a final twist. So I think we're going to, well, actually, let's do pigeon first. So from your back, bend your knees again, cross the right ankle over the left knee, lift the left foot up, drawing that leg unit in closer, and then use your right elbow to press against the right knee. Keep your feet flexed. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Don't hold your breath. Let the breath go right into the back of that right thigh, right at your hip. And now we'll come into the twist. So keeping the leg unit right the way it is, just let the right foot go over toward the floor. And then open up the right hand, palm down. Look over that right shoulder. And you can use your left hand to gently press that left knee away from you. I'm sorry, your right knee. Sorry. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And then with your next breath, bring the leg unit back up to center. Draw the knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Replant the feet. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right knee. You can stay right here, or with breath, inhale, lift the right foot up. Bring in the whole leg unit in closer. And then again, your hands can interlace behind that right thigh. Use that left elbow to help push the left knee away from you. Stretching out behind the left hip. Keep your feet flexed. And try to soften your shoulders as well as your face. So maybe you gently close your eyes here. Roll your head a little bit right to left. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. And then from here, we'll twist. So release the hands, but keep the legs exactly the way they are. And just let the left foot come down to the ground. You're just twisting that leg unit over. Open up your arms. Left palm down, looking over the left shoulder, and your right fingertips can gently press into that left leg. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then inhale, bring the legs back up to center. Draw them back into your chest to give yourself another hug. Rocking and rolling right to left. And then reach down between the knees, taking the outside edges of the feet, coming into a happy baby. So you're drawing the knees down. Feel the tailbone release. Keep the tailbone on the ground, just like the rest of your spine in the back of the head. You You can rock a little bit here, right to left. That feels good in your low back. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. And then bring the knees back together. Another big hug. And then we're going to stretch out for Shavasana. So I hope you have a pillow or a blanket nearby if you want to use it. You can roll it up and put it under your knees for a little bit of softness. Otherwise, take the right heel to the right corner of the mat and the left heel to the left corner of the mat. Open your arms a little bit away from your side bodies. And regardless of if you enjoy Shavasana or not, I know it's a good pose. I know it's healing from the inside out. So maybe you just need to experience it a little bit deeper with more patience. Most people who say they don't like Shavasana just don't really give it a chance. Shh. I was one of those people. Now I look forward to a 20-minute Shavasana almost every day. Take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And as you're here in your Shavasana quiet, with your eyes gently closed, or maybe a nice soft cloth over your eyes to bring a little bit more darkness in. Take a full breath in and a full breath out, and just let yourself experience this Shavasana for the next few minutes. I'll stop talking, and when it's time to come out, I'll ring the bells, and then you'll know it's time to move about your day. Okay, pretend we're all together. One more full collective breath in, lift up, fill up, and a nice slow exhale out. Just let go, release, and experience Shavasana.